Well, what do you say, folks? Happy Sunday night. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard of Ballard Sports Media coming at you a couple minutes earlier than scheduled, but that's all right. We're going to keep it rolling. And this is it. As you can see by the title of this live stream, the Chiefs and the Eagles for Super Bowl 57. I kind of said this is what was going to happen when I did previews and we talked all about these games this week. And yeah, I said, I'm like, don't sleep on Patrick Mahomes. And then I also said for the Eagles, it just seems like it's set up for them to go to the Super Bowl, if not much less win it. So that's what we got. It's the Chiefs and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, let's talk about these two games tonight. Let's start with the Eagles and the 49ers. Let me get this out of the way. It's a bunch of spam crap. Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, let's talk about these games, man. You have the 49ers and the Eagles. We could have had this scenario. You could have had the teams that lost going into the games. You could have had the Bengals and 49ers. You could have had a rematch of Super Bowl 54 from 3 years ago, 49ers Chiefs. You could have had Bengals Eagles, or you could have what we have in the Eagles and the Chiefs. So that's what we got. But let's talk about both of these. When I look at these two games, let's NFC, right? 31-7, the 49ers get dismantled and abolished. And I don't know how else to put it. Devontae Smith looked really, really good. Dallas Goedert out there for the Eagles looked okay at times. Jalen Hurts had a performance, 15 of 25, 121 yards. Kenneth Gainwell was the lead rusher for the Eagles, 14 carries, 48 yards. Christian McCaffrey, he did okay. He had 15 carries for 84 yards, 84 yards rushing against a defense like the Eagles. That's not bad to have, but you wish it could have come off less carries. You see right there on your screen a touchdown. It got to the point, and you can say whatever you want to. I love Brock Purdy, and I do think Brock Purdy can be the future for San Francisco. He gets hurt. It's not Jimmy G, it's Josh Johnson. I mean, they go to the bottom of the depth chart, and I think that's kind of what played into it. I mean, their only touchdown was a Christian McCaffrey 23-yard run. So for the 49ers, I think their defense played okay. Like the Eagles have scored in games more than 31 points. And, I'll look at it and say they didn't play great because they gave up 31 points. But honestly, I mean, Miles Sanders did a lot of the work. Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Jalen Hurts, there were no passing touchdowns in this game. You could not find super huge plays, and you could not find receivers in the end zone for the Philadelphia Eagles. Folks, this was a game. I'll say this. I think the Eagles are destined for a Super Bowl. I think I don't want to sit here and say they're due for one because, I mean, they just won it 5 years ago. We're going back to Super Bowl 52. The franchise has, but this is a team that has been on a mission all season long. Jalen Hurts is hungry for more. Devontae Smith, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders. Everybody's hungry. The offensive line is hungry. The defense is hungry. Nick Sirianni is hungry for that Super Bowl ring. They'll get their shot against the Chiefs. It's definitely gonna be fun to watch. I can't. Uh, load. Give that man. What a game this was. Not that what page not found. What the hell? Hold on. Oh man. There we go. There we go. Team stats. 25 first downs for the Eagles. They had 70 total plays of offense, 269 yards total offense, 10 total drives. They gained more yards per play. They had more yards passing. Really, I mean, they just could not throw the ball, San Francisco. I mean, they had 83 yards passing total. They had 81 rushing total yards. Um, Whereas Jalen Hurts and the Eagles had 121 yards passing. They were 15 and 25, 4.7 yards a pass. I mean, you look at all these different numbers here, and it's just um, it's a tall mountain that the Eagles had today compared to a valley that San Francisco was in. So, I mean, four penalties for the Eagles, 11 for San Francisco, three turnovers, three fumbles lost in this game for San Francisco. The Eagles failed to turn the ball over, which is great, obviously. No defensive special teams touchdowns, a lot more time of possession. I mean, they had 15 more minutes of game clock in this game, which is basically like a whole quarter when you look at it. And this is, I mean, these are the Eagles. This is Philadelphia this season. They go out, their defense, they rush three, they drop the rest of them, they blitz, they're good against the pass. The offense is fast, good tempo, good chemistry all the way around for the Eagles, and it's just fun to watch. It's amazing. And you saw today, I mean, you could take it multiple ways. San Francisco wasn't ready. San Francisco had quarterback issues. Now, I do think that if they could have played Trey Lance, if they could have kept in the game Brock Purdy, I think there's a chance that San Francisco keeps this game a little closer. There's a chance. I really believe that's a good chance. Josh Johnson was 7 of 13 for 74 yards. 7 of 13 for 74 yards. Deebo Samuel had 3 receptions for 33 yards. They just did not have the ultimate they just didn't have that chemistry or anything on offense, and you saw that the Eagles did. The Eagles had the chemistry. The Eagles had the talent. The Eagles had the game plan. Coach Nick Sirianni, man, coach of the year for this coaching job that he's done. It's incredible. It's amazing. AIP Dog says the Super Bowl is going to be awful to watch. I disagree with that. I fully disagree with that. You're talking about two of the most prolific offenses in the football league right now. You're talking about Patrick Mahomes, Valdez-Scantling, Travis Kelce. You're talking about all of these different receivers for the Chiefs that have been there and won a Super Bowl recently. Again, you go back 3 years. Then you have Jalen Hurts. You have Jalen Hurts. You got Devontae Smith. You got Miles Sanders. Even if you want to run the game with Boston Scott or Kenneth Gainwell, I think this season has done okay when he's been in there. He's just not the primary back. You have weapons for Philadelphia. You have weapons for the Chiefs. You have offenses. You have young quarterbacks, both that are dual threat, that they both move with their legs too, just as much as they throw the ball. It's amazing, and it's going to be amazing to see. I really believe that. I know people want to say that, oh, but Joe Burrow's not in it, or it's what everyone predicted. Everyone predicted this. Of course, it's the favorites. There's no Cinderella story. I mean, the Eagles came out of nowhere. If you want to put it in preseason, I think we expect the Chiefs at this point to be that top team out of the AFC to make the Super Bowl. But I want y'all to go back a year. I want to pull this up. I want to double check something. 2021 NFL standings. Okay. You go back to the 21-22 season. We were making jokes about the what did we say? The NFC least. Now the Eagles made a wild card, but that was it. They were 9-8. They were barely above 500. They were 3-5 in home games. They were nowhere near Super Bowl ready. They had Nick Sirianni as their head coach. They had Miles Sanders. They had just brought in Devontae Smith. And Jalen Hurts was their quarterback at some point in the season, and it finally started to click with the offense. But because remember, they did have to bench Carson Wentz. That team had, I mean, I'm trying to think. Who came out of the division that year? Who made it? Did it the Commanders? So I don't know. Bottom line is this: we are not too far removed from looking at the Eagles and saying, what a down franchise. Not as a whole, but like a down year type of team. Like, man, what a disappointment. What a disappointment for the NFC East. What a disappointment for the Eagles. What a disappointment, Nick Sirianni, his first year coaching. Is Jalen Hurts really the quarterback? Is he really the guy? Is this all these questions that we had about the Eagles have now been answered with a single yes. Look at Nick Sirianni. Look at Jalen Hurts. Look at that O-line. Look at Miles Sanders. Look at Devontae Smith. Look at them. What a turnaround. And now they're one win away from Super Bowl champion. And it's been 5 years. You don't have to go too far back. It does kind of feel like just yesterday it happened, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait. This is going to be a game. You have the center, Jason Kelsey, and you have the tight end, Travis Kelsey, too, by the way. Anyone catch that? Brothers in a Super Bowl. You know, when we look at these teams, I mean, let's just move on past the championship games. I mean, these teams did what they had to do to win. Eagles outright win. Chiefs, they found a way to get it done defensively tonight in ways, and obviously they hit a field goal, and it was awesome. You look at the Chiefs. You have 55 sacks on defense this year, ranked second only behind the Eagles. They lead the league in scoring in the regular season, 28.2 points per game, and yards per play at like 6.5. They know that they can throw the ball downfield. They know that they can put together a great game plan. They know what it takes to win a Super Bowl. They've done it. The Eagles have too, but this is a new type of Eagles. This is Miles Sanders. This is Devontae Smith. This is Jason Kelsey. This is Jalen Hurts. This is Landon Dickerson at center. This is, I mean, you could say that the Eagles, who finished 14-3 in the regular season, had like a 10-game win streak and only lost like the second half of the season. You could say that they have probably the best roster stack top to bottom in the league. On offense, on defense, special teams. You could say whatever you want to about it. You can make an argument. They went 7 straight games before the NFC title game tonight without turnovers. The best, well, let me say this. The Eagles are complete. The Chiefs are complete. You have Reed Blankenship, who leads the team in tackles at 11. James Bradbury leads in interceptions with 1. It's kind of weird. I think the game today kind of helped with this. Looking at the postseason, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's go back to the regular season. Okay, here we go. Regular season Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 3,701 yards. Miles Sanders, over 1,000 yards. A.J. Brown, 1,000-yard receiver. T.J. Edwards led in tackles at 159. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson out of Florida a couple years ago. He's been making a name for himself with 6 picks as a safety on the year. You have Dallas Goedert. You got Quez Watkins and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Javon Hargrave on the defense, Darius Slay, Josh Sweat, James Bradbury, Fletcher Cox, Avonte Maddox. I mean, I could go down the list. I know people want to sit here and say that this game might not be that interesting or it's predictable. It's not who we wanted. And you say all that if you want. I look at it as two teams that did earn their way here. Say whatever you want to about the Chiefs game. I don't care. But truly, when you look at the season as a whole, I mean, the Chiefs were the number one seed in the AFC going into the playoffs. They finished 14-3. They led the league in scoring and yards per play, I mentioned. So, and tonight, there was a really badly sprained right ankle for Mahomes, too, and he still won. He scrambled out of bounds to get that first down to put him in field goal range. But 23-20, 27-20. They're giving up 20 points in the playoffs each game. But they find ways to win on the game-winning drives when it matters the most. When it comes down to it, Mahomes can deliver in the big moments. You look at the Eagles. You look at what they have done in the postseason. They just play good on defense. They held the 49ers to 7. They held the Giants, who I believe have one of the better running backs in Saquon Barkley. They held them to 7. The thing is, we know this. We know that the Chiefs can win a close game. But we also know that the Eagles can play four-quarter defense, hold you under 10 points, and can score in the 30-point range and just take the game away from you at any given moment. That's what's going to make this Super Bowl interesting. The Chiefs can hurry up and come back on you, but the Eagles can prevent that. The Chiefs can put some points up, just like the Eagles can, and they can win the game in the big moment. That defense, though, for Philly, it's shown up in big moments in the playoffs. So again, Super Bowl 57, February 12th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. What's up, Hokey? Personally boycotting the Super Bowl? Oh, you're a Bengals fan. That's right. I'm sorry about your Bengals, bud. I was pulling for them. I mean, I'm also pulling for Mahomes, too. I love Mahomes. And listen, again, I mentioned this at the very beginning of the stream. I said, there were some questionable calls. There were some things. I don't know how. I don't understand. I mean, people keep saying on social media that the refs. Personally, I don't want to hear it. I'm thinking the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs just did what they had to do to really win the game. Just win the game. I think the Chiefs did what they had to do. You can say whatever you want to about how, there were some questionable calls and flags, and where was like pass interference and blah, 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 this and that. You can say all that as much as you want to. It's over and done with. Suck it up and move forward. The game's over. It was a great game to watch. And I feel you, Bengal fans. I feel you. I understand. But you can't win it every year. And trust me when I say the Bengals will be back next year in the playoffs. They're going to continue to own the AFC North unless the Ravens can do something about it. I don't think the Browns or the Steelers will. What's up, TikTok Chess Hall? What's going on, buddy? You know, I just the Bengals are going to be back in it. They're going to win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow very, very soon. I promise you, they are. It just wasn't this year. Obviously, it was almost last year. Had a great game against the who they play, the Rams. This wasn't their year, man. Suck it up. Deal with it. Move on. Draft who you got to draft. Cut who you have to cut. Which I really don't think they got to make cuts. Anyway. I'll look at that in just a second, Cody. Look what y'all made me do. We'll look at that in just a second. Are we claiming Jalen Hurts? That's the question. I love Jalen. I claim him. He was at Alabama for 3 years, even though it does say Oklahoma. I guess we'll throw him in there. From the Chiefs, you have, and this is going to count even guys that aren't starting. It doesn't look like you have anybody from that I know of. Doesn't have any Alabama players listed. Now the Eagles have Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts was at least at Alabama for 3 years. Landon Dickerson. And then Josh Jobe, whether he plays or not, is a rookie. That's it. A couple Auburn players in there too. They got like Prince Tango Winogo on the Chiefs offensive line. Some of y'all are wondering, what the hell did he just say? What name? Prince Tango Winogo. Can't make it up. Cannot make it up, man. All right. Oh. I'm not ready to do a prediction video yet. We still got 2 weeks till the Super Bowl anyway. Don't worry. I mean, it'll come out when it comes out. It will. But I'm not ready to give a score prediction or anything yet. Now, Chess Hall needs to know, if Chess is still watching, I'm not sure. I know for a fact from the Eagles. I'll tell you this. Remember Mecole Hardman? And again, these are players, whether they play or not. They're on a Super Bowl roster, and that should mean something. Mecole Hardman from Georgia. He's with the Chiefs. This year, they drafted 2 guys on the defensive side, Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean for the Eagles. Let's see who else is in. There's someone else in there. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis. They got any guys on offense? Let me see. Nobody on offense from Georgia, for the Eagles at least. Mecole Hardman, I mentioned for the Chiefs. He's in his 4th year. Malik Herring. And that's it. So there's a couple Georgia players in there too. But this is it, folks. The Chiefs and the Eagles, Super Bowl 57. Will we go live? It'll depend on my work situation. Am I working that night? If I'm not and I am here to watch the game, then maybe we'll do a stream. Maybe, maybe not. I could even be here and not working, and I still probably won't go live. It'd be cool to call a Super Bowl. Be cool to do a Super Bowl stream. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Man. Anyway, so it is almost 10 o'clock. Got a busy week ahead with work, with school. I don't have to get a preview video out for this game this week. Thank goodness. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about the Pro Bowl and the rosters. I think they were already released, but I don't know. Maybe we do some streams this week. If you guys want to talk the Pro Bowl, we can. But be thinking about the Super Bowl, man. Who you want to win, who you pulling for, and I'll be thinking of some ideas we could do for the Super Bowl. It'd be great to get out a lot of content for it, if possible. And we, just in case we don't go live for the game. If we don't go live for the game, at least I can say that I got a preview video out and we got a lot of different content. So, but yeah, I want to drop the link. Let's see. I'm thinking. Probably not. Probably not tonight. I was thinking whether or not I should drop the link, but it is 10 o'clock here. It's late. It has been a long day. And I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of exhausted, but I'm glad you guys showed up, though. Mike Gee, AIP Dog, Daniel Berry, Texas Savage. I think I've seen that name before. Maybe not. VicTube, Cody, Hokey for Life, and my boy TikTok Chess Hall. We're going to bring back the Unprofessional Sports Show when football season kicks back up, or pretty close to it at least. I don't know if we make you guys wait till September, but maybe at least bring it back in August or July or something. And, in the meantime, during the off season, Chess and I can hang out on each other's streams, and we're good friends too, man. We talk off of YouTube all the time, and he's a good friend. So, and he's a great YouTuber as well. He puts a lot of effort into his channel. Go subscribe if you're not already to TikTok Chess Hall. Appreciate it. So, Again, the scores 31-7 and 23-20. Obviously, the AFC title game a better game. A lot of people have differing opinions on it as far as the refs and if they screwed Cincinnati, but I don't know. I don't really get into all that, but you know, I will say like I know what I see, and I didn't watch the whole game. I just didn't because I was at church tonight. But I don't know, man. It's interesting. Uh, anyway, it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. I am kind of on the East Coast. You know, I'm Central Time. I'm in Alabama. It is 11 o'clock Eastern. It is 10 o'clock Central. Time for bed. And yeah, I just appreciate everyone for showing up tonight. Just kind of wanted to recap these games, talk about it a little bit, and we'll get you ready for Super Bowl 57 and put out a lot of great content the next couple weeks. Kind of break down some numbers and look at the rosters and maybe what the game plan should be for both of these teams. But I love y'all. Jesus loves you too. He's got a great and amazing plan. Just trust and believe in that with all your heart, and just watch him do amazing things in your life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna play an outro and we'll get out of here. I love y'all. Peace out. Congrats to the Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm still a Bucks fan though. Fire the cannons, baby. Let's go. Maybe next year. I don't know. We're still waiting on Tom Brady to make a decision. Tom Brady, man, he's as slow as a turtle. Man, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it too much, but oh, that's funny. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all.